Your WZMQ 19 News. Nurses approve a new union contract for the Aspirus Iron River Hospital. We'll have the details on what's in it. Plus, housing costs are skyrocketing, and Michigan's candidates for governor say they have the answers. We'll hear what they have in mind. And President Trump says he'll sign an order to pay Homeland Security employees after more than a month of shutdown. We'll have the latest live from Washington, D.C. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. Nasty weather out there right now. When is it going to end?
Yeah, Kevin, good evening. It is just nasty out there. Like you said, we're seeing some sleet, some freezing rain, some snow. It's just all going to make travel pretty difficult. We have a few different rounds here on the way. So we are working with this winter storm warning. It's going to continue through Friday at 8 a.m., but we have another winter storm watch that'll be for that next system. But right now, most of the Upper Peninsula is seeing that mix of that freezing rain and some more ice to contribute to the roadways for the rest of this evening. But like I said, another system. I'll talk about those details. The biggest impact is the ice, so make sure to stay tuned for your details.
Will do. Kelly, thank you very much. Nurses at Aspirus Iron River Hospital have approved a new union contract, marking a major step forward for staffing and patient care. Members of the Michigan Nurses Association voted Wednesday to ratify the agreement, which runs through the end of 2028. Union leaders say the deal strengthens recruitment and retention by preserving experience-based wages while guaranteeing annual raises. It also boosts pay for on-call, weekend, and night shifts. Nurses say while the contract is a win, they will continue working to hold the hospital accountable and ensure quality care for the community. The Marquette City Election Board today held a meeting to appoint inspectors for the upcoming May 5th special election. The board also conducted the mandated public accuracy test of its electronic voting system. The test is conducted on both tabulators and the voter assist terminals. By Michigan state law, the testing of the system is open to the public to provide as much transparency in the election process as possible. Marquette County Clerk Linda Talsma says these accuracy tests are important to maintain public confidence in the electoral system.
This is your opportunity to go view it and actually see it working, see all of the pieces put together. This is where the public gets to come out and say, hey, that's how that machine operates, and that's how I can trust that machine.
The May 5th special election in Marquette County contains bond proposals for the city of Negaunee and for Marquette area public schools. This fall, Michigan voters will decide a long list of local, state, and federal races. Affordability is a top issue for many. Gubernatorial candidates are now laying out plans to tackle high housing costs. Independent Mike Duggan points to his record as Detroit mayor, saying he can scale that approach statewide. Democrat Jocelyn Benson has rolled out a plan focused on tax credits for first-time buyers, faster home building, and limits on corporate home purchases.
It is so important that people take the time to understand not only what's on the ballot and who's on the ballot, but why those particular offices are important and what they do to impact our everyday lives.
WZMQ has reached out to other Democrat and Republican candidates and has yet to receive responses regarding affordable housing. President Trump announced this afternoon he will sign an executive order to pay all Department of Homeland Security employees. This follows a historically long shutdown for the department. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live on the Hill. Rachel, good evening. Has there been any progress with Congress on DHS funding?
Good evening, Kevin. So after a rift last week between House and Senate Republican leadership, there seems to be an agreement moving forward here on Capitol Hill on how to fully fund DHS. But, Kevin, they might break it up into two different measures. In a Truth Social post, President Donald Trump announced he will sign an order to pay all Department of Homeland Security employees. For more than a month, DHS has been shut down. Democrats have demanded reforms for ICE and Border Patrol following their heavily scrutinized immigration and enforcement tactics. Senate and House Republican leadership were split on an agreement, passing their own measures for DHS last week. But Republican leadership recently announced they're on a path to pass a two-track approach to fund all of DHS. The first is through the Senate's measure, which would reopen most of DHS, including TSA, FEMA, and the Coast Guard. But it does not include funding for ICE and Border Patrol. Then, Republicans would try to pass a bill through reconciliation, which is a procedural move to fund border security and ICE. They would not need Democratic support to pass it that way.
Homeland security and immigration control, that can't be put at sacrifice because of a political agenda. Our agenda should be the oath of office that we take. And if you look at that, it was hard for me to understand why anybody serving right now would say, we're going to take that funding away unless you do this. You have to do away with those people completely.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Republican divisions derailed a bipartisan agreement. He praised Democrats, saying they remain unified by not giving a blank check for reckless ICE and Border Patrol enforcement. Senate Majority Leader John Thune maintains Republicans are unified.
We all head in the same direction. Obviously, we have different procedures in the Senate than they have to deal with in the House. I never try to tell them how to do their work. Obviously, they've got to make those decisions. But I think in terms of how we were going to get to the outcome here, there were very limited options available to us given the obstruction of the Democrats.
Kevin, the House and Senate are on recess for the next few days, so it might take a while before any more progress is made on funding DHS. Now, as in regards to the president's announcement on signing an order to pay all of DHS employees, I did reach out to the White House and I asked, where is that money going to be coming from, and how long could the administration pay the tens of thousands of workers that work for DHS? But so far, I have not heard back from them. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much as always. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, in this week's Medical Minute, we're talking about seizure awareness. And later, we'll hear from the Escanaba Downtown Development Authority about how businesses plan to navigate this summer's construction projects. We'll be right back.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
All right, let me have it.
CBS Tonight. Matlock's back to save the day with a brand new episode.
I'm all you've got. No cavalry coming for you. I'm your cavalry.
Matlock returns. New CBS Tonight, 9/8 Central.
New CBS Tonight.
It's a debutante ball.
Sounds enchanting. My husband was murdered with a sword.
Right.
J. Smith Cameron guest stars.
These are powerful families.
There she is. Arrest her.
Elsbeth is all new CBS Tonight.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
It's Earth Month in the Upper Peninsula. Small actions make a big impact. Recycle 906 accepts cans, cardboard, plastics, and more, helping keep the UP clean and thriving. This Earth Month, recycle smarter. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
Mr. Mattress here. It's our big winter sale. It's the best time of year to buy a new mattress. Every bedding company is offering their lowest prices of the year. You'll save on every model from Tempur-Pedic, and every model from Stearns & Foster, and every model of Sealy Posturepedic, and every model from Serta, and every model of Shunk bedding that's made special for me. They're all here for you to try, and they're all at big discounts. You'll save on power adjustable bases too. Shop Shunks of Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back, and we are talking winter storms. I know we're into spring, but we are dealing with back-to-back winter storms, round 1 being right now, and then we have another one knocking on the door for your Friday night going into Saturday. So we have a winter storm warning in effect for basically the entire Upper Peninsula, and if you don't have one, you have an ice storm warning. That's all the way out to the Sault Ste. Marie area, but that is in effect until Friday at 8 a.m. But then we already have a winter storm watch that's in place that will kick in for that next one. So one system at a time, both will be very impactful, and the main weather component is freezing rain because that's what gives us that ice. So it's kind of almost like an ice storm at this point, especially right now as the majority of the system moves through. Most of that precipitation type is freezing rain at the moment, but this is a big system. Places down south that are much warmer at this time, some more moisture. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches, and actually some tornado warnings in place. That's all the way down south of Wisconsin here, so we're not seeing that here. That's all the way into Iowa and Illinois. But this is that next system that's going to be immediately after this one, not going to have much time of relief. There will be a little bit for Friday morning, but this is already starting to form and will give us ice storm number 2. So as for the rest of this current one, we're going to continue to see some of that freezing rain for the rest of this evening. Make sure to tune in later tonight. I'll have a fresh look at what we can expect for tomorrow morning, but plan for extra time, especially to drive very slow. If you don't have to drive, that would probably be ideal, but I know people still may have work and other activities like that. It's just going to be very cautious. Just take everything very slow. This is going to be a very impactful ice storm, and with another one on the way that's going to be even more dangerous because it's going to add more ice to what's already at play. The temperatures won't warm up all that much, meaning we won't be able to melt the bulk of that ice away, so it's really just going to add salt to the wound, and we're already trying to get dealing with this first one. So for round 1 of that future ice accumulation on top of what we might already have at this moment, this is, I would say, a little bit more than a glazing. Once we get to more than 1/10 of an inch, just places like up to Munising and to Big Bay, we could see maybe about 1/4 of an inch through maybe this first system, and then when we put on the future ice, continuing an additional accumulation through this Friday night and into Saturday morning, yeah, we could be looking at some decent ice totals. Typically when I show you this map, there's just that pink color with a glazing of ice, but we could be seeing upwards of about 1/4 of an inch, maybe even getting close to that 1/2 of an inch of ice, and this can be very impactful for power outages. It's going to weigh down those trees, weigh down those power lines, and of course be very difficult to drive through. So if you can avoid it at all, that would be ideal. The freezing rain part 2, round 2 of this, is going to be for your Friday night and into Saturday. Of course, we have Easter weekend on the way, so make sure to tune in later tonight. I'll talk more about that round 2 and a little bit about Easter coming up.
Kelly, thank you again. In our continuing partnership with OSF Healthcare, this week's Medical Minute is all about seizure awareness. Our own Lily Simmons sat down with a neurologist to go over what to keep in mind. Take a listen.
Thanks so much for talking with us today.
My pleasure.
What are signs that someone may be having a seizure?
So there's a number of different seizure types. The commonest one that we actually worry about is when it's a grand mal seizure or a generalized tonic-clonic seizure. And those can come on quite abruptly, so people can be running around doing their thing, and the next thing you know, they're on the ground twitching, shaking, tense as can be, unconscious, unresponsive. That's the commonest worrisome type of seizure, but there are any other number of symptoms, but the worrisome ones are the grand mal seizures. Those are the ones that are the most dangerous.
What are signs that someone may have had a seizure themselves if they're alone?
People can, for instance, have them in their sleep, and they know they've had them when they wake up because they may have lost continence of bowel, or they may have lost continence of urine, or they hurt all over. The spasming of the muscles in a seizure can be so bad that it actually breaks bones, including bones in your back.
How can we help someone who may be experiencing a seizure, or ourselves if we think we've had one?
The big key is this a known disorder in the individual? You don't know that if you're out in the crowd and you see somebody start falling and have a seizure on the ground. So your first response there is, let's make them safe and get the person on their side. Don't put things in their mouth. Don't try to clean out their mouth. They may be foaming at their mouth. They may look like they're not breathing, and indeed they may not be breathing, but that's okay. Don't try to breathe for them. Give them time. If the seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, you better call 911, regardless of whether they've had seizures before. Long-standing seizures, long-lasting seizures can be quite dangerous and cause significant brain damage.
Thanks for speaking with us today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Still to come on your 19 News, the Houghton-Keweenaw Conservation District Spring Tree Sale is back. We'll tell you what's available this year. That and more when we come back.
Want to learn the value of your property? If you own a property and want to explore selling it, let us help you realize the maximum value of your asset. So when you're looking to sell real estate anywhere in the UP, trust the people who know it best. Contact Northern Michigan Land Brokers today.
And then I did my monkey call for him.
Yeah, I knew she had it in her.
Plus Chef Mario Carbone. Next, Kelly.
I feel so powerful.
I'm just knocking on wood over here.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6. Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
You have questions. Are your elected representatives in Washington working for you, or do they stand on the issues and what's in it for you?
Get the answers you need on WZMQ 19 News. I'm Rachel Knapp.
And I'm Brendan Scanlon. Our job is reporting on Michigan's officials in Washington, covering and uncovering what they're doing, and then reporting directly to you. WZMQ 19's Washington Bureau works for you.
And we deliver.
Quality information straight from Capitol Hill. Only on WZMQ 19 News.
Northern Michigan Land Brokers are your local experts in Upper Peninsula real estate. Let our experienced staff help you locate and purchase the property of your dreams. So when you're looking to buy real estate anywhere in the UP, trust the people who know it best. Contact Northern Michigan Land Brokers today.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Much of Escanaba's Ludington Street will be under construction this summer, and local businesses are preparing to make adjustments. Crews will be replacing sewer lines and reconstructing streetscapes from 6th Street to 16th Street. During that time, sidewalks to many shops and restaurants will be inaccessible, leaving businesses to redirect customers to side or backdoor entrances. One business owner says although it may cause temporary frustration, the updated streetscape will be worth the inconvenience.
This is infrastructure that just has to be done. I think they say usually this type of stuff lasts 70 to 80 years, and what they're digging up is probably over 100 years. It'll be challenging, but we have to think outside the box and try to come up with different ways to help people.
Once the work is complete, Ludington Street will have a new dedicated bike lane and parallel parking. The Houghton-Keweenaw Conservation District Spring Tree Sale is now live. The annual sale returns with selections of conifer trees, broadleaf trees, fruit trees, and other plants to help benefit local environments. Orders can be made online or by mail and will go towards funding the Conservation District's community events and future operations.
What we're trying to do here is provide trees that landowners can use to improve their forests at a cost-effective rate. While at the same time, any funding that's raised from this helps us as a district provide more resources and serve the public.
Trees will be available for pickup from 9 a.m. until noon on May 16th at the Copper Country Curling Club in Calumet. Mail-in orders are due by April 17th and online orders by May 4th. We'll have more information on our website, WZMQ19.com. College Hunks Moving Service out of Marquette is setting a collection goal throughout the month of April. In line with Earth Month, the company's Community Cleanout Challenge looks to collect and weigh in at least 10,000 pounds of various items. In doing so, a majority of usable items will be selected for donations to avoid as much addition to the local landfill as possible.
We like to give back to the community, so helping clean up the UP right before summertime is a big deal. Our goal is to donate 75% of all of the items we get, and then the items that we can't donate, it will go to the landfill, but we'll try our best to donate everything.
College Hunk says this month, if the community cleanout challenge is mentioned, a discount can be applied. Mike Ludlam has your sports headlines. When we come back, we may finally know who will be stepping in as the next head coach of the NMU men's basketball team. And later, an Escanaba High School hockey player is taking his talents to the next level. We'll have the details when we come back.
Hey there, here's what we're working on tonight for the CBS Evening News. Big shakeup in the Trump administration. Pam Bondi is out as Attorney General. Todd Blanche, the deputy, is in an interim capacity. What happened and what happens next? We'll have the latest from Washington. Also, Artemis, a pivotal day. They're already in orbit. They have to take a decision on whether to make that next move toward the moon. We'll have the absolute latest. All that and more ahead on the CBS Evening News.
Your wife or your mother? Choose a side.
I ain't taking your side in this.
You have no choice. I'm your wife.
So I don't get to decide the side I'm on?
No, the side was decided and the side is mine.
Well, better luck next time. New Georgie and Mandy, CBS Tonight.
All in favor of a new Ghosts, say Isaac.
Isaac! Isaac! Isaac!
Oh, you're in a good mood.
Have you ever had your name chanted at you? It's intoxicating.
Ghosts is all new CBS Tonight and streaming on Paramount Plus.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ MeTV.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. It isn't official yet, but a couple sources say Keel Gans will be the new Northern Michigan University men's basketball head coach, replacing Matt Makerzak. Makerzak was hired as head coach at Northern Illinois University. Gans spent last season as an assistant coach with Doug Gottlieb at Wisconsin Green Bay. Before that, Gans was the associate head coach with the Wildcats for 2 seasons. Gans helped guide the Wildcats to their first GLIAC regular season championship in 31 years, the program's first opportunity to host a conference tournament, and an NCAA tournament berth as the #4 seed. During his tenure, NMU also captured the 2025 GLIAC tournament championship. Gans was also an assistant coach at NMU from 2019 to 20 prior to his associate head coaching stint. A stop at Southern Indiana split up his time at NMU. Prior to that, Gans spent 3 very successful seasons as an assistant at St. Norbert College. Meanwhile, Matt Makerzak has hired former NMU assistant coach John Michael Hughes as an assistant coach with the Northern Illinois Huskies. During the past 2 seasons, the Wildcats recorded 50 victories, winning the GLIAC tournament in 2025 and the regular season crown in 2026, advancing to the NCAA Division II tournament in both seasons. NMU was ranked 2nd in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio, rebound margin, and turnovers per game. The Wildcats also ranked 5th in the country in scoring margin at positive 15.6. NMU finished with a program record 28 wins as Dylan Keel was named a first-team All-American. It appears one Wildcat basketball player will be joining Mackerzak and Hughes at Northern Illinois. Number 10, Trevor Polite, started 15 of the 32 games he played last season with the Wildcats. He averaged 3.7 points per game, shooting 59% from the floor, just under 79% from the free throw line. He also grabbed 3 rebounds per contest, along with handing out nearly 2 assists per game. The NMU football schedule has been announced for the 2026 season. What you don't see is the first game, Thursday, August 27th at Minnesota Moorhead. Then the home schedule kicks off at September 5th with Tiffin, a road trip to St. Thomas on September 12th. Then the Wildcats are back home for Davenport on the 19th, a bye week, then home with Ferris State, the 2-time national champions, and a return visit to Davenport on October 10th. Miners Cup game October 17th at Michigan Tech, followed by a home game with Roosevelt, and Halloween, they'll be at Wayne State. Grand Valley State on the road on November 7th, and the Wildcats conclude the season at home November 14th with Saginaw Valley State. Division III first-team All-State hockey player Graham Johnson of Escanaba will continue his career in the North American Hockey League with the Kenai River Brown Bears. Kenai River is located in Soldotna, which is about 150 miles south of Anchorage. Keyword, south of Anchorage. Johnson was a second-team All-State player in the 2024-2025 season. Tigers, Diamondbacks. Shouldn't be struggling. Oh, by the way, Marquette's Adam Hammer, he was the home plate umpire for this game yesterday. And oops, Tarek Skubal gave up on that good pitch there to Corbin Carroll, a solo home run and a 1-0 lead for the D-backs in the first. Top of the 6th, Tigers trying to get something going. That's not the way to do it. Glaber Torres lines the first, and Kevin McGonigal, rookie mistake there, doubled up off third, and it would be a victory for the Diamondbacks as they sweep the series. They won this game 1-0. Meanwhile, it's a good week for Adam Hammer as an umpire. It has not been a good week for C.B. Buckner as an umpire in Major League Baseball. Yeah, foul tip yesterday in the Rays-Brewers game, and C.B. said, I got better things to do. I'll sit the rest of this one out. In the third inning, Yandy Diaz of the Rays is going to go deep off Jacob Mizorowski, and that would be a 2-run shot, and the Rays would be up by a pair. That did not last long, though, in real life, because in the bottom of the third, Bryce Terang would hit a 2-run homer, and that, of course, would tie the game at 2. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Brewers scored a number of runs, 6 to be in fact. Christian Yelich with a 2-run single right there. Milwaukee went on to get the victory in this one by the count of 8-2. And we will be right back.
Friday, Lovebirds Bradley Whitford and Amy Landecker.
He did that on our wedding night. And then I did my monkey call for him.
Yeah, I knew she had it in her.
Plus Chef Mario Carbone. Next, Kelly.
I feel so powerful.
I'm just knocking on wood over here.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Anything that's wrong with America can be fixed by what's right in America. We are defined more by our shared values and our differences, and we're having a conversation about how.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop overdose.
The Golden Girls are on MeTV.
I am stunned.
See the always stunning Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and Sophia.
Weeknights on MeTV 19.1.
And a final check of your forecast as we are looking at multiple rounds of this winter storm. Winter storm number 1 happening right now with sleet, freezing rain, snow. We're seeing all of it at this moment as it moves through. This is the bulk and the majority of this first one. We have this winter storm warning that will continue through 8 a.m. on Friday, but that's when we have that other system developing and giving us very similar impacts in terms of ice. So for round 1 and round 2, these back-to-back winter storms, we could be looking at about 1/4 of an inch, maybe up to 1/2 of an inch of ice in some places, maybe even locally higher. So make sure to have some safe travels out there. I'll talk more about the round 2 of the winter storms and a look at your weekend as a whole later on tonight.
Thanks, Kelly, and we'll see you all later tonight.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopo. The breaking news right now. Pam Bondi out as U.S.